Hi everyone! So, American Horror Story was on a little break. I think it was like 2 or 3 weeks, and it's finally back. It came back on Wednesday the 6th, and it was a pretty good episode. Overall, I enjoyed it. There were some moments where I just didn't really have any feeling about it. You know, like, there was a lot of filler kind of moments. You know, like when the writers can't really think up of something like interesting to put in or something that goes along with the story kind of thing. They just throw in some random side story or a random sex scene, that kind of thing. And I've noticed that after I've watched all of the seasons now, like all of the past seasons, I've noticed that this season they do that a lot. Like they've thrown in a lot of filler things, but never really, like, I don't know, I can't really remember if there's any one episode that is directly connected to the actual plot, whatever the plot is of this season. So, for me, although I like this season a lot, I really feel like it's kind of a filler season. But back to the new episode, there was a couple moments that I wanted to talk about. First off, they begin the episode with just Liz Taylor and Iris just shooting up the Countess's little penthouse suite room thing while she's talking to Donovan, and they're having a pretty intense conversation, and they kind of just barge right on in and start shooting up the place. So they ended the episode, like the previous episode, they ended it with them just shooting around, and so they started it picking up from there. Basically, they just shot up the room, and Donovan ended up dying. Luckily for him, though, he lived long enough to where he asked Iris and Liz to take him out of the hotel so he doesn't die in the hotel, because, you know, if he died in the hotel, then he would be stuck there forever, and it would really suck, and that would be horrible. So, good thing he actually died outside of the hotel. Sadly, we won't see him again, I don't think. But you know what? This is my question. And this is kind of where I don't really understand. Sally died. Iris pushed her out of a window. She wasn't in the hotel. So I don't really understand how it works. I guess, you know, well, I mean, because they dragged Donovan onto the street. So maybe if you're on, I don't know. I guess that alley where she got pushed out of the window and she fell in that alley area, I guess it was still hotel property? I don't know, but to me that just doesn't really make sense. So, like, I mean, because I'm under the impression you have to literally die in the hotel in order to be stuck there, but I guess that's not the case. I guess if you die on hotel grounds or hotel property, I don't know. Whatever. Either way, it didn't make sense to me, but good for Donovan. That would really suck to be stuck there for eternity. I would hate it. Anyways, and this is another thing, okay? So, Iris is, like, coddling, you know, Donovan in the hotel room. I guess they didn't realize that he would be there. But they let the Countess just slither away. Like, I mean, okay, if I were Liz Taylor, while Iris is, you know, holding her child and, oh, it's okay, I would have been like, hold on, bitch, give me your gun. I'm gonna go look for this bitch, because she's clearly wounded. She's leaving a streak. Like, she was sliding away, so she was leaving a trail of blood. I mean, he couldn't go after her and shoot her while Iris is hanging out with Don. Like, that just didn't make sense to me, but whatever. So she slides her way off into the dungeon, and Sally's there. She's taking care of her. So she's like a doctor. She was taking out the bullets and stitching her up, and she told the Countess this story about how she kind of just reiterating the fact that she has abandonment issues, and she's just, it's like they tell us stuff that we already know. Like, we know that she has abandonment issues kind of thing. Like, we get it. We got that in the first episode or whatever it was. We understand this. Can you please, if you're going to put a filler in, can it not be something that we've already figured out? And I would understand if it was a weird scene. Like, her and this grunge couple, they were doing drugs and shit. She had this crazy ass idea to stitch each other together. So she, like, sewed her arm to the other chick's stomach and her hand, no, not her hand, but like her shoulder to the other guy's chest kind of thing. It was really weird. But as she's stitching each other, like all of themselves together, the other two start like foaming at the mouth. There's this, it's obvious they're having some weird reaction. I don't know. It was gross as hell. And the whole time I was watching, I was like, ew, what the fudge? Like, no, stop that. And then the drill dildo guy, the drildo, he pops up, and I guess he started raping Sally while they were dying, or no, they died, and he popped up, and I don't know if they were trying to do a little backstory on the drildo guy, but they didn't really do that, so I mean, I guess technically they kind of explained the drildo, but I just don't think that we're going to be getting a direct explanation about him. Like, I don't think we're going to be seeing much else about him. I think that's what they're going to give us, and we just need to be happy about it, which annoys me. But again, like I said, it feels like this season is full of those kind of moments, like loose ends and just plot holes, just all over the place. You know what I'm trying to say. Anyways, Sally tells the Countess that that's what the reason why she's helping her is because she wants to get John back to the hotel. John is back with Alex and their creepy kids over at the house. One night, you know, he went out to go get dinner, which means food for the daughter and him, a human for Alex and the son. He gets inside the house and they're gone. Oh my God, they're gone. And so he had to go back to the hotel and all that happened. Iris and Liz, they release Ramona because they can't find the Countess, which is crazy to me. Like, whatever. So they get her. She's like, I'm hungry. I need to feed. Best part about, well, yeah, I think it's the best part of this episode. Queenie from Coven she comes back, like she does a little cameo, and I fucking love Queenie, okay? I loved her in her season on Coven, and I loved her she saved this episode to me. She was funny as hell. Her and Ramona had a little fight going, and it was funny, you know, because Ramona, she would like cut her, then, you know, Queenie would get a cut, so then that would mean, you know, Ramona would get one, because Queenie, like she said, she's the human voodoo doll, so whatever happens to her is going to happen to the other person. And it was just funny as hell. Like, I loved it because she told her, she was like, bitch, you need to go to a dermatologist. Like, what the fuck? I thought it was funny. I really think that she was going to end up killing Ramona, but Mr. March swooped on in, and he saved her, and he ended up killing Queenie for Ramona. Why? Because he needs Ramona to kill the Countess. So basically, the moral of the story is everybody wants the Countess dead. That's just what they need to have happen. So, but Mr. March can't do it himself because he's going to end up being stuck there for eternity with her, and he doesn't want her to know that, you know, that he had a hand in her death, whatever. Either way. He saves her. So Ramona goes over there, and another thing, like, okay, so she goes to the Countess's room, right? And there's this weird conversation between them. The Countess, she's telling Ramona that she doesn't even want to stay at the hotel anymore, that she wants to leave, blah, blah, fucking blah. I don't even know. It was stupid. And then she was like, either let me go with my kid, Bartholomew, the creepy whatever kid he is. I thought he died, but I guess not. Anyways, either let me leave with him or kill me, but before you kill me, have sex with me. Yet again, they fall back onto, oh, we can't think of anything better to put in there, so we're going to fall back to sex. Like, really? So annoying. So I guess Ramona decides not to kill her because the next scene is is the Countess walking to the elevator with her bags. She's going to leave, and then who's there? John, to shoot her, and he killed her. Before all that happened, he does go back to the hotel into his old room. Sally's laying there, and she explains to him that he has one more murder that he has to do, one more commandment. Thou shalt not be, no, thou shalt not commit murder. I can't speak. And so basically he has to kill the Countess, which he does. And yeah, so that happens. My only other favorite part of this entire episode was at the end, where Mr. March is having a dinner for the Countess, and she's a new ghost, so she's kind of feeling weird. She doesn't really know how to adjust. Basically, Mrs. Evers kind of just vomits everything out. She tells him that she's the reason why the cops came, and he died and all that. And in the end, he ends up banishing her. So basically, she's stuck there for eternity, but she's not allowed in his presence. So I don't really know how that's going to work, because they're all stuck there for eternity. So that's going to be kind of hard to avoid each other. But I don't know. I don't know how that's going to work. I don't know. Either way, the episode ends with him and Lady Gaga, the Countess, having dinner and all that, and basically he's happy, she's not. He gets to hang out with her for eternity. She's pissed because she actually doesn't really care about him and wants nothing to do with him, but she's really got no other option. So either way, I enjoyed the episode. I wish there wasn't so much filler shit. It's so annoying when they do that. Either way, the next episode is a season finale, so I don't really... See, this episode kind of felt like a season finale for me, with the Countess being killed. I don't know how... And the Last Commandment. He did what he was supposed to do. How much... I guess the only other thing that they could do is basically, him being revealed to the world as the Ten Commandments killer. Maybe the police figure his shit out, all that. Who knows? So I guess that's maybe how they're going to end it. We'll just have to see. So in the comments, tell me what you thought of the episode and what you hope to see happen in the finale. And Big Brother Canada is coming back. Bad Girls Club 15, Twisted Sisters is coming March 15th. So I'm going to be doing videos about that. And Game of Thrones is coming April 24th, I believe. Yes, April 24th. Woo! This is going to be fun. I'm stoked. So don't forget to like the video, whatever you want. Subscribe, share, whatever. Again, in the comments, let me know what you thought about the episode. And I will see you guys next week. Bye!